full of loneliness and misery and suffering and unhappiness, and it's all over much too quickly. The question is, have I learned anything about life?
Hello, everybody. We are live. Okay, sorry about that. Audio controls. We have yet to get our own soundboard built because exams and college and all that good stuff. As you all may know, I am your beloved leader with an iron fist, the host of Essence of Zen After Dark. How are you all doing? I am joined by none other than the great and magnificent Lord of the Sith, Louis, that Mexican who loves waffles, Sandoval. How are you, Louis? I think Louis is force choking someone.
Am I here? Am I here? You hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I had to focus on a different window. I was talking. I was like, wait. I was saying I'm actually downloading IntelliJ IDEA as we speak, so I can help you out there a bit. I need to brush up on my Java skills.
Yeah, I mean the GUI is kind of laid out. I just gotta create the code for generating the buttons in the center because I want to generate it live. But it doesn't really matter. How are you doing, Louis? I think Louis is shy every time I ask him how he's doing. We've lost Louis.
User in your channel timed out.
And there he goes. Louis will be back, do not worry. But we have a long list of topics for you all today. So first on our list is basically what's going on with EoZ. And there's a lot. Like a lot. So first thing is first, my birthday is tomorrow, guys. I will be, actually, how old will I be tomorrow? 24. I will be 24 tomorrow. Cannot wait. Actually, I can because I'm getting old. So aside from that, we've also been given explicit permission by an audio artist by the name of Prox-C. So you're going to hear a lot of his music coming up in future videos and whatnot. Holy crap, he's back.
I'm back. Forgot to turn off my my VPN there. I was like, why is everything breaking right now? So how's it going, Zane?
It's going pretty well, Louis. Just telling everyone how tomorrow's my birthday and I'm getting old and how the decrepit time of life and life crises are seeping in ever so slowly. But no, you're gonna hear Proxy's music coming up in future videos, and yeah. Also, apparently, Louis, you pre-ordered something special.
Oh yeah, that's right. I ordered the Amazon Echo Dot Generation 2, which will be coming out late October, early November. I'll probably get it early November. But that might change because of the Google announcement next week. And I'm kind of struck. Well, not struck, but like cut in half. Like Google is pretty awesome, but should I give Google all my data? Oh, oh. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out next week. See if my decision still holds.
Well, if there's anything that I can state that may sway your decision to still lean towards Amazon, apparently, and I found this out through the good guys over at Hackaday, which is hackaday.com, and I usually like to go to straight hackaday.com/blog because they have some amazing posts there. Apparently, Amazon is doing like a $500,000 not warrant, a bounty to allow developers
Warrant.
to allow developers to create a seamless type of voice interaction with their Amazon Echoes.
Yeah, I heard about that, which I thought was pretty neat and pretty cool of Amazon to do. It was for college students only, wasn't it?
Yeah, college students only. But
Yeah, pretty awesome.
I mean, it is awesome, but at the same time, it comes with a caveat. Of course,
Which is?
if you submit the project to them and it works, they gain complete rights over the entire thing.
I mean, but think about the money you'll win.
I would say if for anyone who's out there who wants to do this, develop it. But if you feel like you're going super deep and you're getting something really cool, do not be afraid to hold on to it and try to like go your own route. I'm not saying do that because $500,000 is a lot of money, and then your school, your university gets an extra like $200 some odd thousand, 200 some blah blah blah, and etc. But imagine what you can do if you release something of your own with royalties and then like sell it to other vendors. Like, okay, do what you do, But yeah. But speaking
Assuming
upon,
you could tell it, but yeah.
exactly. But speaking on ownership of things and the weirdness that is the internet, let's talk about a little bit of a DRM, shall we?
Good old DRM. What's it this time?
Well, believe it or not, Lewis, and I know you believe it because you're the one that put up the link. It's ink.
Ink.
Good old freaking ink.
There's DRM on ink now.
Apparently, Lewis.
I'm gonna take a wild step in the dark and say HP maybe has something to do with this.
No, you couldn't be any more right. Like, okay, so
The king of printers.
Hewlett Packard, man. Which I actually figured that out a few years ago. Like, I never knew what HP stood for. So, wow.
Hey man, don't feel bad. I didn't know what HP stood for. Or I knew Hewlett Packard was a thing, but I never connected the dots that like maybe HP stood for Hewlett Packard. For me, it was the other way around. I was like, why is it Hewlett Packard still around? And people just like looked at me like, you're kidding, right? So for me, it was the other way around.
But yeah, so they're putting their lockdown on their good old printer inks, and the good old guys over at the EFF, which is the Electronic Frontier Foundation, is basically calling them out on their crap.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. HP's doing that whole firmware update, right? On all the, which is kind of ridiculous. It reminds me of the whole coffee cup thing, the Keurig,
Yeah.
the 2.0. But that's the Keurig thing to me is more ridiculous because that's like within their own like brand they're discriminating against, trying to push you over to the 2.0 cups and not the 1.0. Well, actually, no, it's the same thing. It was the same thing because the 1.0 cups, they had like third-party manufacturers making all the 1.0 cups.
Yeah.
I mean, as a company, I see the argument of like, hey, if, you lock them into this brand, you could potentially sell more. That as a consumer, which I didn't even know, you could buy third-party ink cartridges. I thought the only ones were HP ones.
Right. So that's like my biggest thing with like DRM when it comes to like physical things like so DRM for like ebooks. I kind of understand it because they're completely digital. They're completely virtual. There's no physical copy of an ebook, right? But your ink that you use for your printers is a physical item. It's a physical item, Lewis. And if you're using an HP printer and it's telling you to use HP ink, you are already more inclined to use their ink. Like, I don't know, dude. I just think when companies do DRM for physical objects, they're, like you said, they're locking you into using their stuff only. And I get it, more money because, you know, you're going to keep buying ink because ink is not renewable. But, well, it's not renewable in the sense of cartridges and whatnot. But if you gave people options and you just still showcase how HP ink is superior to all other third-party manufacturers of ink, you could still sell your ink.
To me, they've done already a great job at like selling their ink because I didn't even know you could buy third-party like cartridges for your HP printer. I always thought it was like HP or that's it. Like you're kind of just like locked into your manufacturer's ink thing to begin with. But now that I know that's not a thing, which I kind of know like a little too late now, I kind of want that back because now I kind of want to look into third-party ink manufacturers.
Like, HP, you screwed me for the last time. I don't know, man. Like, I like HP. I'm using one of their fantastic monitors right now. I did a video on it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's over at our YouTube channel that you're watching right now, the HP25ES. Go watch it. But no, dude. Like, companies, man, they're getting a little too aggressive, if you ask me.
Speaking of aggressive with companies, BitTorrent is getting aggressive as well, but in a way that's kind of helping users, kind of not helping users. You be the judge. Well, BitTorrent, as you guys know, is a company that basically is based completely off like the P2P protocol, and you guys might be familiar with some of their products, like BitTorrent itself, the program, or MicroTorrent. They recently introduced a new mode called altruistic mode, and basically, instead of focusing on the download, it focuses on the upload. So normally, BitTorrent clients download more than they seed, but altruistic mode is completely the opposite. Like they even mentioned that like your download may never finish because it promises a 2-to-1 ratio, so you'll always upload double than what you give. So I was trying it out last night actually, and one of my torrents for the ETA, it said 32 weeks till complete. I was like, maybe I'm not as altruistic as they think I am. Maybe I'm just gonna, you know, leech it and then just jump off the swarm.
Dude, like, I don't know. I kind of agree with this because nothing sucks more than those dirty leechers. You know? And
those leechers.
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if you torrent something, and let me also make this clear. Torrenting isn't inherently illegal. It depends on what you're torrenting. So while we're talking about torrenting here, doesn't mean we're talking about torrenting illegal. So just keep that in mind. But no, so you don't have to seed something for 25 years to be cool, you know? Just seed enough to allow people to get their stuff downloaded. I don't know though.
Depending on which community you join, they have their own rules. Some people say you have to upload at least half of what you download. Some people say you need to download exactly as much as you download, so you have like a net zero. And the crazier ones say you have to upload like 1.5. And I don't think I know of any that ask for like double than what you take. But yeah, that should be, that mode is actually pretty nice for like long-lived torrents.
Yeah.
Door torrents. If you just want to be a seeder kind of thing.
I don't know. I just look at it like tipping at a restaurant, right? You know, when you have your meal and you feel like tipping the waiter or the chef or whoever, if it was, you know, a good community, a good restaurant, you may tip well. At least like for going double. You know, you see double what you received. If it was just at bare minimum, pay your bill. Just pay your bill. Go out to net zero. Pay your damn bill.
I never thought about it like that. Just hitting at 0.
Yeah.
Ratio 1.
Right, so Louis, do you remember last week we talked about Google?
Yes, the Google event where I made a joke about the whole Google rectangle. They're gonna announce a whole new Google rectangle, which will do all sorts of cool things.
The mighty rectangle of destiny. But no, like, in all honesty, apparently the hint that I inkled at saying that the phones that we saw leaked for the Google Pixel and Pixel XL might not be the full phones. Well, that actually might be true. There's some new renders coming out where the phone looks slightly different, slightly more polished. They look like they're metal instead of that weird clear plastic stuff. So I'm feeling more confident about the Pixel phones.
Do we know who's gonna manufacture those this time around?
So I think they're working with HTC again.
Okay.
But at the same time, they keep like marketing it like Google is making everything, like Google is manufacturing everything, which I don't think is true. I don't know. It's just a weird new trend of marketing. It's
Well, at the end of the day, I think people care more about that it's a Google phone, it's the next new Google phone, and the features it has inside than who actually made it at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, again, that's, you know, the average consumer. They don't really care about anything other than
Right,
pretty.
right.
And not to offend any average user out there. I mean, like what you like, but you know, sometimes, especially when it comes to security, which we're gonna. I'm releasing a video tomorrow about the Google Allo, because you know Snowden says don't use it. I have a response to that. So I mean, hey. You'll see tomorrow. But what's really weird about the October 4th event is very likely we're not going to see an Android Wear 2, you know, a sequel to their smartwatch OS.
So no response to the iWatch Series 2?
Nah. Well, see, the funny thing is they wanted to. They wanted to release it, but they're having what's the word? Issues. Yeah, that's it. Issues. And they had to push back the date for their Wear 2. Kind of sad.
I wonder what it was. Someone broke the code base. Someone just nuked the code base. No, we can't revert.
But that's pretty much it for Google. However, I just learned through our good friend Edson. Love Edson, man. He's amazing. And this comes from the cool guys over at Techno Buffalo. So you actually have a MacBook for work, right?
Yep. We at work we recently transitioned to all Macs a few months ago. It's been okay. To me, it's the same as it's not too much different from Windows. I don't see a benefit. Each system has their benefits, their downsides. Same thing for me.
I gotta ask you though, how powerful do you feel that the MacBook is? Like, is it like is it above average, about average in terms of CPU computing and power draw?
Now you gotta ask, compared to what? Compared to what kind of system?
Another netbook, like from ASUS or, you know.
ASUS. Oh, I'd say it's about equal. Honestly, processing power wise, I would actually say mine is stronger just because it has a discrete GPU as opposed to an integrated Intel Iris Pro 500 or 6000, I forget which exact model it is, and the one I use for work.
Nice. Now, the reason why I bring this up is apparently Apple is looking to nix the Intel CPUs inside of their MacBooks.
Wait, what? Were they
Yeah.
gonna put them
An ARM-based, pretty much. They're looking to
ARM?
go, not a ARM, but ARM.
No, yeah, the ARM architecture, the ARM based. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, like, I hope it's just a rumor. I really hope it's just a rumor. I really hope it's just for some of their MacBooks. And if they do this, I hope the price drops dramatically, because ARM chips are way easier or way cheaper to manufacture.
Lewis.
What's it?
Now you know. Apple does not do price drops.
Like, okay, I like the ARM architecture for things like my phone. Like low-powered things that I don't need beefy, CISC instruction set. Even though people will like argue with me day and night that ARM is actually the better architecture because it's more efficient and it runs simpler and more optimized instructions. That's
correct.
Go ahead.
Just no. So I want just like you. I like ARM, but for my mobile devices, not my god dang portable powerhouse machine. Like
Right, it's got its advantages, but for
a laptop.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, not at all. Like
I have a. Well, go ahead. Oh,
like
I'll get my thoughts together.
So for laptops, like for Apple, if they came out with a line of Apple MacBooks that were low powered intensive, like say they were trying to make a new line of laptops to compete with a Chromebook,
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I would support that. I would say, yeah, give
Okay.
Chromebooks some run for the money. But this is Apple. They're not gonna do that. They don't target the lower demographic. They don't want to get a MacBook into schools for countries in Africa and South America and places in Sweden that has lower income rates than other places. Like they don't that's not their market. They're looking
Okay.
to save money in manufacturing and production while still keeping a high price tag on their devices. That's what they do.
Okay. So, would you call, Windows and what is it, Mac OS as like a heavy operating system when compared to like I don't know, say Chrome OS? Would you consider those to be heavy operating systems when compared to something like Mac OS or the
Like
Chrome
Chrome?
OS?
Yes.
Okay, because my thought is I have an older Chromebook. It's like a Samsung C something. It's running a little Samsung Exynos chip, which is a ARM-based processor. Little cheap guy. I mean, you're just gonna be browsing the web. Why need something powerful? And I mean, the web is browsable. Things load kind of snappy. And then my girlfriend ended up buying a Chromebook a few years later with an Intel, Intel Pentium,
Mm-hmm.
an Intel Pentium chip, just a single core Intel Pentium chip, and like a dual core ARM chip. And that thing is super fast. It's so snappy. Like, it's just that the Chrome OS is like optimized for like a complex instruction set. And when it's put on top of like an ARM, it has like that extra layer of translation, and then like the chip itself is like low powered. It focuses on just low energy. It just doesn't run the same. So if they put the whole entire Mac OS just on top of that, it's gonna be so slow. I just don't see that happening. I hope this is like an offshoot to like their series. Like maybe like a MacBook Lite or something. A little like offshoot that's like low powered. A little bit cheaper, I'm hoping, and just like targeted for people who just like do more web browsing.
Dude, I can only
Because as a
hope.
powerhouse, I don't see this going anywhere.
Exactly. And again, Apple, they're known for optimization of their operating system. They're known to get Final Cut Pro is a perfect example of their just optimization. But I don't think you can optimize a full-on OS that's not just a web browser to run crazily with just a goddamn ARM CPU. It's I don't know. If Apple can prove me wrong, kudos to them. But my
Me
goodness.
wrong, because that's just such a low level change for me to just like freak out.
And I swear, if they charge like $900, I will burn an Apple Store down or something, man.
Like I'm really hoping that they like if they're going forward with this, and it's actually not just a rumor, that they don't like completely ditch Intel, that they still offer it in their or laptops, because if they don't, I think it'll start going downhill. I just don't believe in the ARM architecture in the laptop to be that serious of a competitor.
Same.
Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that.
Same, dude. I mean, we'll have to wait and see till they release the new MacBooks with their supposedly LED strip at the top of the keyboard and all those fancy bells and whistles.
That should be fancy. That's when soon, right? Sometime in November.
Most
Maybe.
likely. But,
Awesome.
But the true question is, though, are they brave enough to remove the headphone jack off the laptop?
Did you ever read that the article I sent you about that case manufacturer who added the phone jack or headphone jack back in?
You mean quote unquote added it back in?
Added. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it just like secretly connects to the lightning port cable with like a little adapter and just, some
Yeah.
pseudo hack.
I don't know, dude. Like people make me giggle. They make me giggle a lot. So, we're nearing our halfway mark for the podcast. So we're gonna go into a little bit of gaming and entertainment, and then of course, we finish out with science at the end of our podcast. So just a quick thing about gaming. So you remember how No Man's Sky was just constantly in the news for like months about pros, cons, and a bunch of negativity and complaints and etc.
Oh man, what happened now?
So Sean Murray or Murray, I can never pronounce his last name 100% correctly.
Murray.
Like
he's
related to Bill Murray.
I just want to say Murray because Bill Murray.
Yeah. Well, his company Hello Games is now actually officially being investigated for marketing fraud.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's like people were saying, "Oh, are they going too far?" Because saying your game is this and like, so you can oversell a game and not being fraudful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people have brought to light saying things like, "You will without a doubt be able to do X, Y, Z." And XYZ as well as ABC and DFG as well as a bit of J as well as a bit of O as well as an N somewhere are all just missing like flat out completely. So they say because of that and how you market saying these things will launch with all of these things, not even a slight variation of them, they're just flat out not there. That within itself can be considered fraud, and that's what he's being investigated for. So yeah.
Ooh. Checkmate. Jeez, that's rough. But I mean, that's what happens. You piss off the community.
Yeah,
and
dude.
there goes the support that's holding you up.
Like, so what makes me feel really bad about Hello Games is, again, they went through some major issues trying to get the game out. When they first started development, their studio was flooded, and they've lost like 75% of their data. They had to start over, and they kept checking strong. Then they got sued. They bounced back. Then they got another lawsuit that they eventually beat. And then they got picked up by Sony for funding. And then they ran into some more issues. It was like issue after issue after issue. And they kept moving strong. So if they wanted to release the game and things weren't 100% ready, I think if they just came out and said, hey, we're still working on these things, they're going to come later as free DLC. We're sorry that the game isn't going to launch as we expected it. We hope you still enjoy the game. And Just remember, we're going to keep working on it. I think they would have had a different response from just the hate that they received.
I mean, my guess is that they just like started running out of money. Like, I didn't know like that this happened. Just like, oh, I guess we can't do that anymore. We were just over optimistic, and now having to pay out to compensate for all lost data and maybe relocate the office that now just got flooded, etc., etc.
I don't know, man.
That's
Like,
my guess.
I generally just feel bad because I had a lot of high hopes for the company, and I wanted to see them succeed. It's like the same thing going on with the game Star Citizen. I mean, they're succeeding because they're not pushing for like a deadline. They're just saying the game will release whenever it releases, and they've been past their funding money. But then I see the company behind Star Citizen like buy a super expensive fancy space sliding door for their office space, and I'm just like, don't do that.
Hey man, don't knock it till you have one.
No, but if you use money that came from a Kickstarter on a door, a fancy freaking door, I don't. No.
Hey man. Hey man. It's a cool ass door. I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest. I've never seen this store, and I have to see photos of this door.
Oh.
See if it's actually worth it.
Like, it's a massive metal door that looks like a spacecraft, what do you call those things? Airtight lock system things.
Really?
It's cool. It really is. But don't use freaking funding money to buy it. You know? I don't know. That's just me. That's my thoughts.
That will not go down with a publicly traded company, man.
Exactly.
Investors would pull out their money so quickly. Like, is that what you're doing with my money? No thanks.
On some brighter news, though, Mafia 3 is around the corner. I cannot wait to play it. I want to jump in as the new protagonist in the place that they call, I believe, New Bordeaux, which is basically a virtual fantasy version of New Orleans, basically.
Nolans.
Zatarans, baby.
Awesome. What's the release date on that?
October 8th. Oh no, excuse me. I'm a little parched with all this liquor that I'm drinking down in Nolans. It's October 7th.
October 7th.
Yeah.
That is next week.
Yeah.
Same week as the Googles.
Yeah.
Trying to compete.
Trying to take all my money.
I've actually not played any of the Mafia games.
They're pretty good, man. Like Mafia 1 is, the storyline is fantastic. Mafia 2 increases the mechanics of the gameplay and is great. And what's even cooler, in my opinion at least, is in Mafia 3, one of your lieutenants for your new Mafia game that you're creating is the protagonist from Mafia 2. I love that. I love when sequels have that whole continuation of the previous characters. I love it. 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 I love it.
What's up, Tommy? Thanks for joining the tube. You just joined the cast.
Oh, Tom! I love your avatar, dude. Like the grayed out panther. I just like it. It's really classy. It's fantastic. It's like Dice.
I need to show you his CSS framework he's working on. Slates later on. He's trying to compete with the big boys, Bootstrap, and making a lighter alternative. Actually, I'll have to show it to you. Some of his samples. It's pretty nice.
Hey Tom, whenever you're ready to release it, we will do free advertising for you. We'll do it. We're friends. We got you. We got you, dog. Don't even sweat it.
We got you, boo.
Last positive note for gaming for today is if you're a big fan or you play Stardew Valley, they're doing an update version 1.1 coming from Great Ape himself that's going to bring a slew of new additions to the game, but you may have to restart your save to benefit all of the additions. So keep that in mind. It's going to release on Monday on Steam. I forget what time zone. So just stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're going to take a quick intermission / ad break So we will see you all in about 5 to 8 minutes. Stay tuned. If you're like me, you enjoy losing a bunch of time searching Amazon for various gadgets and gizmos and trinkets and bobs and bits. Well, wouldn't you enjoy an extra $5 towards your Amazon account? Where if you have a mobile phone, either Android or iPhone, you can use our link to log into the Amazon app for the first time and get an extra $5. If you want to support Essence of Zen, I highly recommend you do this. It doesn't hurt. All you have to do is click the link and follow the 2 instructions. If you are eligible for the extra $5, it will be added to your Amazon credits. So give it a shot. You're helping us out and you're also getting an extra $5 in your pockets. In the meantime, feel free to support Essence of Zen by using our link to start a 30-day trial for Kindle Unlimited. That's free access to over 10,000 books and audiobooks for 30 days. Unlimited reading, unlimited listening, any device. When nearing the end of the trial, if you don't want to continue it, be sure to cancel the service renewal via amazon.com/mycd. Thank you.
We've only just
Hey you lovely listeners out there, Zonokami from Essence of Zen here. Just want to say a big thank you for our community, for supporting us, for growing the channel, growing the network, the website, the visits, and just overall the support that you all give us. We are still looking to expand. We are still looking for members to join the community, to join with content production. So if you're interested, just give us a shout out. You can go ahead and contact me at zaneblaylock@essenceofzen.org. Again, a big thank you. We don't know how else to express our love. We hope to be able to give back to our community as we continue to grow. Again, thank you. And here we go. That was the worst Heath Ledger Joker impression ever. But we are back live, enjoying our break. Lewis, what did you do for your break?
What do I do? I had a good one too with the old girl.
Oh, y'all are so romantic, I swear. I myself climbed the great mountain of Valhalla to battle the dragon known as Smoldery Poofy Poof.
Poofy poof.
Yes. I drew my sword and he basically spat fire at me. Then we decided to play chess instead because he didn't want to get cut. I didn't want to get burned, so it seemed like a nice 50-50 compromise type of situation.
Nice.
Long story short, I have a new dragon friend now who likes to play chess.
Nice.
But if you thought that was awkward playing chess with the dragon, nothing is more awkward than the series of questions that Elon Musk received with his SpaceX conversation Q&A part. So, my God, man.
I really couldn't believe those questions. I really thought it was like a fake. I thought it was like, someone doing a voiceover on the video. And I found out those are the real questions. I was like, what? Why would people ask that?
Like, I don't...
It's so random.
Like, maybe it's to be expected because Elon Musk is so popular and this wasn't one of those... invite only things. I don't think. I think it was open to the public. So yeah, the guy about Burning Man in the Nevada desert.
Yeah, he was like, please, questions, not, paragraphs or essays, or I forgot the term he used.
I think I dismissed it.
There was just like no need for all that like backstory. There really was no need.
No essays, just questions.
Yes, there you go. It was that, so he said. Like, seriously, come on, man. Like, get to the point. Like, people in the audience don't want to have their time wasted either.
I'm just looking at Elon's expression, and he's just like, "Really? These are your questions?" And the guy who was like, Michael Cera is the most expendable person on the planet. I like Michael Cera.
I do like Michael Cera too, but I was like, wait, what? It's so random.
I don't know,
So
dude.
freaking random.
But what are your opinions on the whole space travel to Mars colonization?
Hey, man, let's go for it. I don't know about the whole territory thing and how we're gonna work that stuff out, but let's first focus on getting there. We'll solve the particulates in some sort of space court.
Space court, space pirate, blonde beard pirate. But
Space court. Good.
dude, they need to bring back Space Ghost, man, because that's basically what he was, like space police. But no, one of the questions that one of the ranters gave was actually somewhat, sort of, kind of legit. He made the point by saying that when you send thousands of people to Mars, it'll most likely pretty much be a one-way trip. Unless we find a faster way to get to Mars. I mean, that's a long time, and I doubt someone would be willing to do years in space, decades setting up the facilities, facilities on Mars, and then spending years to fly back to Earth.
It's a tough job. Someone's gonna do it.
And it won't be me.
It won't be me. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could find people.
Definitely.
But skilled people. That's a different question. If someone is that skilled to just spend the entire life, disregarding, their family that they might have, their friends, just the journey, your work, that's a huge sacrifice. Don't know if we'll find enough skilled people.
Sorry, boss man, I gotta go to Mars with Elon or for Elon Musk. It's so when are you coming back? Probably never. So go ahead and take this as my pink slip. I
Right.
I mean,
Like
2
I'm
weeks.
sure Marvin the cashier like won't mind, you know. But I don't think I want to spend 10 years in space with Marvin the cashier.
So is Marvin the cashier? No, will Marvin the cashier become Marvin the Martian?
You got where I was going for right there.
Bravo, Lewis. Bravo. But like, I don't know. Like, so it's definitely doable, but the outcomes can be very scrutinized or very. I don't know. So much scrutiny is involved because if you look throughout history, we did have a time and period where someone sent a voyage of many years to travel the seas to find new land to set up a colony, and the people were not educated people, Lewis. And do you want to know what this became?
13 colonies, the Apache tribe, I don't know.
Yeah, the
Did it
13
become-
colonies, yeah. The start of the United States. The people who they sent to colonize the Americas were all either prisoners who was given like if you go to here you get to have a new life, make up and redeem yourself, or the uneducated folks that did not mind sending on a voyage because people die on the ships. So when they sent these people over to the Americas and they colonized part of it, but they failed horribly with the first go round. The whole story is about Jamestown, people trying to drink swamp water and getting dysentery and dying of dysentery, and the only way that they survived was due to the native indigenous people who were there to save them, Lewis. The only way we're gonna survive on Mars if we have Martians to save our asses.
It also reminds me of Australia's story.
Oh God! Don't get me started with that. Oh jeez. Oh.
Poor Australia.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Australia was basically a place where the British rule sent their most dangerous prisoners.
Sublock D.
Exactly, and pretty much that's where I'm not gonna group people together, but that's supposedly where a lot of the Australian population came from. The most horrible people that the British folks did not want in Britain. So Lewis, all the people who keep talking about immigration and how they're taking our jobs. Well, I say, as America, or as Americans, we should create new jobs, and that is the jobs on Mars. So for any Americans who complain about immigration, who want new jobs, go to Mars.
I just don't want to be in the spaceship for however many years it takes to get over there.
Yeah, I mean that's like the worst part of it all, man.
All right, Tim, I've had enough of you. You landed. You go find your own ground right over there, far away where I can't see you. Good luck. This
Are we
is where
there
our
yet?
story ends.
Are we there yet? Are we there
Oh my
yet?
God.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Damn it, Tim, we're not there yet.
Damn, I'm tired of your shit. I don't know, dude. Like, this is why we need faster space travel. We need better fuel efficiency. We need better technology. And I totally believe Elon Musk can be that one person who start this revolutionary change that push our scientific communities to explore ways to travel through space faster. But people who put all their faith in saying that Elon Musk will be the one who lives to materialize it, I think that's too
He's a messiah.
Elon Musk is actually Jesus in disguise. I'm sorry, Yosef or Jesus, because Jesus was just not the correct pronunciation. Anyway, but no, like he's not gonna be the one to make it to the point where we're flying back and forth within hours or minutes through space. I believe he's gonna be the one to start the ball to run. The slippery slope that causes the snowball to form and get out of control. Sure. But I think we're gonna have our space travels maybe 5 decades to maybe 2 centuries. If we don't kill each other in that period, then yeah. So, my opinions at least. Whew.
It's quite the endeavor, though.
It
Gotta
really
give
is.
him that.
But speaking upon fuel efficiency and better energy sources and etc., have you seen what scientists have been trying to do with the bloody algae?
Why are the algae bleeding, Zane?
I don't know. Actually, I think we skipped the news article. Actually, I forgot to talk about Asa Butterfield.
Oh, yeah, you did read that. You want to cover that real quick?
Yeah. So, really quick, if you're looking at the YouTube video live right now, you'll probably see Acer Butterfield with a suit on in black and white with the blue DC logo on his chest. So essentially, they ask him, is he okay with the idea of going to the DC side of movies? And he said yes, because as you all know, he was in the runnings to play Peter Parker for Civil War in the future MCU movies. Of course, Tom Holland is the one that got that role, and everyone was kind of wondering why Asa couldn't get it. And it kind of paints a bigger picture with his statement and his quotes. So they asked him, if you were to play in the DCeU, who would you play? Everyone's thinking Damian Wayne, Robin, because when someone thinks Asa Butterfield, they think Ender's Game, when he played as the little teenager who was a genius with the detections for killing aliens or whatever. He was like 5 foot something in that movie because he was a kid. He has since then had a growth spurt, Lewis. So his quote was, I could not play Robin because I'm too tall for that. I'm about the same size as Ben Affleck. So that could be the reason why he didn't get the role for Peter Parker. I'm not trying to undermine Tom Holland, or anything. I'm just saying they wanted a teenage young Peter Parker, and you can't have a 6 foot,
I mean, you can. I mean, you probably just will make good sales at the box office.
But yeah. So his quote was because he's too tall to play Robin. He says, think about Batman, but think someone who's thinner and sneakier. So
Sneaky.
I'm thinking Nightwing. 6 foot, same height as Batman, sneaky, thin, acrobatic, Nightwing. It could be anyone else. I'm just saying, but
if that fails, well, screw it. Just put some wings on him, put a bill on him. Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous.
Need to see that too again.
I missed that cartoon. But back on the note about the cleaner energy. Have you seen what they're doing with the algae?
I have not. What have they been doing to the algae?
They've been turning it into a type of fuel source as well as even a food source. So when it comes to fuel, you got oil, you got hybrids, electric vehicles, an abundance of things. The cool thing about algae is you can actually grow it really quickly and almost out of control at that point.
Yeah, man, look at my pool. I'll tell you what.
The only problem with the functionality of growing algae is to turn it into fuel, you have to separate the water from the algae to create the oils that they use for the fuel source. And basically removing that water from the algae is the hard part of the process, and that's what basically creates that barrier, that extra length of hard and difficulty to make this a more wide range phenomenon. But this company is getting there, and they can possibly reshape the fuel industry as we know it. So I mean, I'm down for it, dude. I really am.
Really need to see all these alternative fuels coming out. I'm just curious to see which one rolls out. Right now it feels kind of like the whole HD DVD versus the whole Blu-ray era, and it could go either way, but I don't want to be the one to invest in this guy and then looks like Blu-ray one. Oh well, or not Blu-ray, but looks
Betamax.
like hydrogen powered Betamax one,
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wait it out. see what wins, see what takes over. I don't want to be that poor sucker with his, snail-powered car going, aw, man. Should have
Also,
went with hydrogen.
I want to make a quick note. Someone just sent me an image from it's my good friend Mo Hijazi. Hope I pronounced his last name right. I've never known how to pronounce his last name. But good old Mo. It's a comic that has Elon Musk on it saying, getting to Mars is an essential first step in humans becoming a multi-planetary species. Then he asks for any questions. Where will we poo? Can I kiss you, Elon? Send Michael Cera to Mars. Lol, 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 lol. I went to Burning Man. Let me kiss you. Read my comic. Poo! And the final panel is just someone saying, but sir, the ship won't be ready until, and Elon Musk interrupts him by saying, stop making excuses and get me off this planet.
Oh, man. Not off to a good start.
Like, oh, God, not at all.
Like, I don't think I want to send any of you.
Thank you for the comic, Mom. But no, so like, I don't know, man. I just want to see society make some good choices, man. And it's not just science. Even our political structure. You know what? Let's not get political.
I was gonna say this podcast is gonna turn into like a 5-hour podcast.
What's that one meme when you say you won't get political and 5 drinks later, I'm the Senate?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Dude, it's bloody amazing. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, I again, if we can just make better decisions for our society, for our community, believe in science, believe in humanity, and push the border, man. Just push the border. Push it. Border.
Push it.
Push it real good.
Bum, 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 bum.
So, Lewis, is there anything you want to end off on? A note of some sort?
Stay classy, guys. Stay classy. That's all I got.
Yeah, don't be like the people who gave questions to Elon Musk. Stay classy, my friends.
I don't even know what that was.
Guys, I will be releasing a video about Allo from Google tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Remember, tomorrow is my birthday, so I probably won't be doing much in terms of social media. I'm gonna hang out with my girlfriend, go out to eat. We're going to the Vortex, which is a massive burger place here in the heart of Atlanta. So, yeah.
You said Vortex, and me being in Arizona, I was like, oh, you're gonna go to Sedona, go see the vortices. The spiritual pools, the vortexes, the vortices. Vortices.
But yeah. Also, stay tuned for a series of MATLAB/GNU, which stands for GNU is not Linux. GNU is not Unix. Very big difference. Coming out sometime next week. The first video will go live on Monday, followed by the second video Wednesday, followed by the third video Friday. We'll show you how to use Octave, MATLAB, and do some really cool things with that language. Get used to the UI as well as the syntax. Other than that, guys, please do remember I'm taking classes, I'm working now, so I can't get as many videos out as I used to. But yeah, guys, Sunday, Path of Exile, 3:30 Eastern Time, beam.pro/Essence of Zen. You can find all links over at our website, essenceofzen.org. Stay tuned for some artist coverage, some other episodes of the podcast going on the Google Play Store, and some cool stuff for programs and stuff. I mean, that's about it. It's a lot. So, I guess we will see you all next week, Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, for episode 11 of Essence of Zen After Dark. Thank you.
After Dark.